Hello, my name is Charlene Ridgway, and I'm going to be working the Troubleshoot Case Problem 2 assignment for file management. Okay, so we've already downloaded and extracted our student data files for file management. So we're just going to go down to the File Explorer folder and I'm going to click on H. That's where I saved my data files. Yours may be in the Z drive or the C drive or documents or a flash drive or on the cloud. Okay, so one or the other. We're going to double click on Managing Files, Student Data Files. Then double click again, FM Files for File Management. And double click again, and we're looking inside. If you look up here on the address bar, we're looking inside the file management folder. And inside the file management folder, we see case 1, case 2, module, and review folders. Well, we're going to be working with case 2. So we're going to double click on case 2, and you now see a listing of all the files that are inside. Looking up here at the address bar, we're looking inside case 2. Now, it's your preference on how you wish to view your files. You can go up to View, click on the View tab, and you can select any of the layouts. For this particular assignment, I'm just going to use, I'm going to stick to the details. Okay, so let's look at the exercises. Let's see. Assignment, step 1. Navigate to the FM folder and then get into the Case 2 folder, which provides your data files. We've already done this. Begin to create an organization plan for the files. Well, I'm looking at the different files that are inside the Case 2 folder, and I see several estimates. I see several planners and steps. All right, so troubleshoot step number 2. Open the steps 1 and the steps 1 copy files and consider the problem these files could cause. So close the files and then fix the problem. All right, so I'm going to open up steps 1 copy and steps 1 onto my second screen, and I'm comparing the two. They're both titled budget steps. They both have 5 steps. Okay, these documents are identical. So now I'm going to close them out, keeping in mind the name budget steps. All right, so I close both of them out. I'm going to name step 1, rename budget steps. And I don't need the second copy, so I'm just simply going to click step 1, copy, and press the delete key. Are you sure you want to permanently delete this file? Yes. I'm going to choose yes. All right. Step 3, open the steps 2 and the steps 2 copy files and compare these contents. All right, so we're going to open steps 2 copy, steps 2. They're both on my second screen. I'm looking at them. I see 2 different titles. I'm seeing steps for creating a balance sheet report, and I'm seeing steps for writing business reports. One has 5 steps, the other has 8 steps. So clearly these are 2 different documents, 2 different titles. And so to fix this, I need to name, I'm going to name step 2. Right click. And I'm going to rename. Now I need to look at the top and make sure I have the correct one. The top of each document will give you the name of the document. Okay, I'm going to name step 2, steps for writing business reports. And I have it open, so I'm going to press enter, and it's going to give me an error here. It's going to tell me that I need to close my file before it can save. So I'm going to close the file and try again, and it saves the file name for me. Okay, now step 2, copy. I'm going to right click, rename, steps for creating a balance sheet report. And I need to close this document, so I'm going to close it, and then it saves for me automatically. All right, so let's go to the next step. Step 4, complete the organization plan for Dante's files. In the FM Case 2 folder, create the subfolders you need according to your plan. Well, of course, you can do this assignment however you like. I would, for myself, to make this more organized, I would go to the Home tab and create a new folder and call the new folder How to Steps. I would create a second folder, Estimates, and a third folder, Planner. Okay, so now I have 3 folders that I've created, and you may have something different, and that is fine. Now, let's see here, step 5. Move the files in the Case 2 folder to the subfolders you created. And when you finish, the Case 2 folder should contain at least 2 subfolders containing files. Okay, so what we need to do is I'm going to move budget steps. I'm going to drag and drop it into the how-to steps. And then I'm going to drag steps up to how-to, steps, how-to. And then a quick way to move several files is to click the first one in the list for estimates. I'm going to move these to the estimates. Hold down your Shift key on your keyboard. Hold down the Shift key and choose the last file that you're wanting to move. Release the Shift key and drag all 3 and drop. Okay, that works wonders if you're moving 50 files at a time and so forth. Okay, so now I want to move Planner. I'm going to hold down the Shift key again and click this Plans and drag and drop inside Planner. Oh, I see I have estimate tips left over, so I'm going to drag and drop it into Estimates. Now I have 3 folders, and these folders are inside my Case 2 folder. Now I'm going to read that step again. Step 5, move the files in the Case 2, okay, folder to the subfolders, which I did. I moved all the different files into those 3 separate folders I created. And when you're finished, the Case 2 folder should contain at least 2 subfolders containing files. Well, I created 3, but you should have at least 2. That's what I'm going to be looking for. Step 6, rename the spreadsheet files in each subfolder according to the following descriptions. Okay, so we're going to start with estimate. So double click on the estimates folder, and we're renaming estimate 1. So right click, left click on rename, and we're naming this website estimate. Right-click on 2, rename. This one is named cost estimates. Right-click on 3, rename, and the book says to name this one event estimate. Don't worry, if you mess up, just right-click and rename it again. All right, so we've named the estimate files, and now we are to rename the planner files. So I'm going to go up to the address bar, and I'm going to click Case 2 and double-click on Planner. Right-click on Planner 1 and name Planner 1 Travel Expense Planner. Oops. Let's do that again. Right-click, rename, Travel Expense Planner. Press Enter. And then I'm going to right-click on the second one and rename Project Planner. Press Enter. And then right-click on the third planner. And this one is to be renamed Balance Sheet. Okay, we've renamed all the planners according to our assignment. Number 7, make sure all files have descriptive names that accurately reflect their contents. Well, okay, so let's just look through here. Estimates, all of these have cost estimates, estimate tips, estimate event. Okay, that one looks fine to me. The how-to steps, here's budget steps, steps for this and steps for writing. Okay, Case 2, planner, balance sheet, project planner, project plans, and travel expense planner. Now I wonder if we need to move the balance sheet to another location. Well, at this point, I'm just going to leave it here. I can always change that later. All right, moving on. Troubleshoot step 8. Based on the work you did in steps 6 and 7, move the files as necessary to improve the file organization. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it here for now. And then just so you know how to rename and how you know how to drag and drop and so forth. All right, close. Okay, now if you go to my exercise, my instructions that I gave you, let me pull up my instructions. I added some steps. And in my steps, I asked that in the Case 2 folder that we create a new folder and name this folder Avant Web Design. And then from here, I wanted you to place these 3 folders. I'm going to hold down the shift and click the last folder, drag and drop these into Avant. And then after you drop them into Avant, I want you to zip this folder. So we're going to compress by right-clicking, choosing to send to compressed zip folder, and now you should be looking at your Avant web design folder and the zipped Avant web design. Okay, I've added one more step, and that is to create another folder So new folder. And to name the folder, case 2 underscore with your last name. Place both of the the avent into case 2 with your last name, and then I want you to compress your case 2 folder. And it is the case 2 folder that is compressed that you will submit through Blackboard. Blackboard will not accept a folder unless it is zipped. Now, at this time, you need to go to Blackboard and click on the Submit link and attach both the review with your last name, zipped folder, and the case 2 with your last name, zipped folder.